In this video, I will be walking you through how I developed this beautiful real estate agent website in WordPress using Elementor. Before we begin, please subscribe to my channel if you like this content. It will help the channel grow so I can keep making videos like these. Also, if there's anything specific that you would like to learn more about, then please comment it below and I will either answer or just make a video about it. Okay, let's get straight into it. First thing I did was to set up the website by going into Site Settings. This will allow me to add settings that will govern all pages on the website. Under Design Systems, I went ahead and added the global colors. These will be the default colors for elements on the website, and this is also where you will add the brand's colors as well. Up next, you have your global fonts. These settings are used to set the font preferences that you would like to use across the entire site. I also took the extra step to upload my own custom font that I would like to use on the website and then use that as my font family in the global font settings. Let's add our site identity. This consists of site name, description, logo, and favicon. In layout settings, we will include all the additional breakpoints along with the proper sizes. And finally, in background, you want to define what the background color of your website should be. The hero section for all the pages is developed using a grid. By using a grid, I can dynamically place elements anywhere I want within the grid. I used a 12-column grid for desktop, an 8-column grid for tablet, and a 4-column grid for mobile. I also used some custom CSS to define the grid area for each element in the grid. By having each major viewport use its own grid, I essentially eliminated any resizing issues when it comes to stacking the elements. For the About section on the home page, this part was made using a Flexbox container with 3 elements, including another container for the realtor's name. The container was set to vertical column to make the elements stack like this. For this second section, I used a Flexbox container that has 2 elements, a grid, and another Flexbox container. The grid is set to 2 columns and 2 rows so that I can add 4 Flexbox containers in it, 1 container for each cell. In this other container, I added the realtor's image as a background, and then using the social icons element, I added the social icons. To get the icons to not have a background, I reduced the opacity of the custom colors. For tablet and mobile, I changed the alignment of the parent from horizontal to vertical columns and resized them to fit. The properties section of the homepage is a basic 2-column layout with an image on the right and the information with the button on the left. This services section on the homepage is also pretty straightforward. We just have a main container here with some elements. So we have this child container that has 2 headings and then another container that has the service card. So I set the minimum height for the service cards, and this will ensure that all 3 cards stay the same height regardless of any resizing. And then we have the name of the service here and the Learn More button that will take you to the service page. The Learn More button, in order for you to get it like this, you have to go to Style, and then you have to reduce the opacity of the background color. So when you drag the slider down here, the background color goes away. Let me show you. And then you also want to ensure that you remove any padding around the button so that it becomes as slim as possible. Below that now, where we have our Contact Us section, this section is also a container that has 2 columns. So the first one has the information that you're seeing here. These are just heading elements. And then this we have is an icon list. And then for each icon, I just grab something from the icon library over here. Below that, we also have another social icons section. And we did the same thing where I reduced the primary color and then changed the secondary color to one of the brand colors. For the contact us form, I have the form within a container, and this form is a WP Forms. So I created this form in WP Forms first, and then I just come to Elements and I add the WP Forms widget, which is this. And then I'm able to select the contact form that I want to use for that. And so this is just a basic contact form. I can also style the form. So if you go to style, you can style the fields, the labels, the button, and you can add your custom code here. But I didn't do any of that. I just did button, label, and field. Now, this form is only active when the site is live. So if you're testing and you're trying to send something, it may not send right away. So that's something you need to keep in mind. And that is pretty much it for the home page. Now let's take a look at the listings page. So once you create your home page, you're able to actually create templates or template of different sections that you can then reuse on your other pages. That's why the home page is so important. So that hero section from the home page became a template, which I was then able to use on the listings page. So you'll see it's still a grid with 12 columns and 12 rows. And I'm just able to change out the video background to a static image and change out the heading and things like that. So moving down the page, we then have a section here that just has the heading and the information about the properties section. And then below that, we have the cards. So these cards are representing each listing. So you will see each card has an image, the title of the property, the price for the property, property details, and a small description for the property. These cards also have a minimum height to ensure that each of the cards stay the same. And then once you create one card, you can duplicate the card and then change the information within. So you really want to just keep thinking about how you can make the work easier and faster. And so you just create one element and then use that to create the others by just simply multiplying it. Below this section here is, let me minimize this, is the tablet card section, which will only be visible if you're on tablet view. So this now is a smaller card, and to not have to deal with trying to resize the desktop cards and going in here and changing all the elements, it's a lot easier to just create a section within your tablet section here and then do the resizing from the get-go. Now below, let me go back to desktop. Below the card section here for properties, we have the contact section again. Now this section was also on the home page, and I used that to create a template. And then I imported that template here and changed the background and such. Importing the templates are easy. Once you hit the plus icon here and go to templates and my templates, you will see them here, and then you can just insert it. So if I insert this template, it will show up, I think, at the bottom. Right, so like that. And that is what you want to just do. Anything that you have to repeat, just create it as a template and then you can just add it to your website. So let me go ahead and delete that because this website is live and persons can go there and view it whenever they want. All right, so now we are on our services page, and same as the listings page, we reused the hero section template, and then below that we start to have our different services. So this is a basic two-column layout with the image on the right and the information on the left. And then all I did was to just duplicate and alternate the image position and the information's position. And you just keep doing that for any amount of services that you have. And then for the background of the container, you just alternate between your background color and your secondary color to give it some dynamic. And then again, you add in your contact section as well. And that is pretty much it for the services page. So the last page that we need to look at is the property details page. So let's jump on over to that now. Now we are on the property details page, and again we did reuse the grid template. Let me edit this in Elementor so you can see what's going on. So even though we did use the template, we made some changes to it. So I'm going to add the table grid and the mobile grid here. So if I click on the desktop grid, you'll see that it's still a 12 by 12 grid, but now we have this right here. So this section here is just for containers that I have, and remember what the grid does is it allows you to place anything that you want specifically at different positions on the grid. And so I was able to take each of these containers and place them exactly where I want them within this grid. So you can see they are right here. So it's like I would say this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So begin at row 6, end at row 7, 8, 9, begin at column 7 and end at column 9. And the container just takes up that entire position. So that's how you get these containers to show up like this. And it looks really good. So if you can master grids, then you are able to do all these things. So everything here, I just basically tell it where to go, and that is very easily done. Now, below that, we have the property details section. This section is a container, as you can see, with two columns horizontally aligned. The first column just has the property details. So same as the card, it has the three main important details about the property, then somewhere in the description, and then finally a small map section that just shows generally where the property is located. On the right, we have a card for the realtor that has the price of the property, then the realtor's contact information, and then information about the property viewing. And below that, we have a button that persons can click on to make appointments for viewing. Now, this button can be linked to like a calendar where you would have specified within your calendar the viewing days, and persons, when they open this or when they click to make an appointment, they just choose from the dates you set in your calendar of when you're available. And then all the way down, we have, let me get this out of the way, our contact section again. And then this is just me importing the template as it is. So that is really it. So that's how I built this real estate template. And if you'd like to know anything deeper than what I showed, then just comment below and I'll point you to maybe a video I did before, or if I have not done one about the issue, then I'll gladly make a video explaining that. Or if it's something simple, I'll just answer it in the comments. But thank you again for watching. I hope this helped you to understand how you can build something like this. Or if you're looking to have your own website built, I hope this shed some light on my process. So again, thank you so much for your time. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. I'll be doing more videos like this in between the normal tutorials. And I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care.